Hey guys, T-Fish38 here with another figure review. This is actually my first figure review after G-Fest. I'm gonna try and review some of the figures that I got at G-Fest. But I know you guys have probably seen the few reviews for this guy, but I knew I had to do it because this is the first Godzilla that I ever saw. And the figure's just awesome. I knew I had to get it, and I did at G-Fest, thankfully. Anyway, it's the 1974 Godzilla, or 1973, whichever. But yeah, I finally got him, and oh my god, it's awesome, just to be honest. So, but yeah, before we go in depth with the actual figure, we'll take a look at the tag real quick. Shot of Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. It's a promo shot, so awesome shot there of Godzilla. Really cool. Godzilla 74 movie monster series. Back stuff. The tag opens like a book in Japan would. Cover, and then you read like that. Yeah. Inside has a basically kind of a catalog of what was being sold at that time, but he's not in the catalog, which is weird. But okay, yeah, good enough. Okay. Alright, so now onto the figure. This figure is just incredible, just to say the least. Before articulation, he has 5 points. I'm not going to actually rotate them 360, but his arms can rotate. You know, whenever you try, if you try to make him go 360, he'll row up on the thighs. But I wouldn't suggest making them go, like that, because this figure's really rare nowadays. Anyway, the legs can rotate 360 most likely. I'm not going to do that. Unfortunately, mine kind of has a foot problem. If you can see that, yeah, it's not a big deal. I'll probably put a spacer or something, I don't know, a little peg or something to spread the feet apart, but yeah. And of course the head can rotate 360, but I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, you can have Godzilla looking around in stop motion, so yeah. And there's a glue seal on the tail, but I'm not gonna break that. This figure is rare and just too awesome to damage. Yeah. As for detail, holy cow. This is just incredibly detailed. Skin, texture, detail, ridges, scales. Oh my lord. So nicely detailed. They've got bumps on the scales, or not scales, spines, which I thought was really accurate. Puffy looking spines like in the movie, so yeah. Really neat. Yeah, all 3 rows of spines are there. Hands, boxing position. Yeah. The 74 Godzilla was quite the boxer, I guess. Chest bump thing, ridges everywhere, the skin, the scales just look great, knees, the feet look cool, really nice, accurate, arms, just awesome, and of course the face, which I love. The teeth are not individually sculpted, but they kind of look like they are. Nostrils. The face is extremely nicely sculpted, I must say. I really have no complaints with it. So yeah, this awesomely detailed figure, there's nothing really inaccurate about it. So yeah, detail rock. As for paint job, he's also pretty accurate there. Of course, he's charcoal gray, which is accurate. His spines are silver, which is pretty accurate, I guess. If I remember right, they were kind of silverish. and on the figure they look really good. The silver kind of dulls down, going down the tail spikes. If you can see that, kind of goes black. I don't know if that's just a paint rub or whatever, but it kind of just goes down until right here where it's just charcoal, gray, black, whatever. There's some gray highlights on the knees, which look good. The toes are a different color. I'm not sure. It's more of a, not bronze, but grayish brown. I'm not sure, but it looks good. That same highlight on the knees is on the chest bump thing. It's also on the claws. So yeah, it's also on the top of his head, which it actually looks pretty cool. Really neat. Godzilla's eyes are, you know, black and white. It's really cartoony looking, but I love that. It looks great. It's really accurate. Teeth are, of course, white. Actually, they're more gray than anything, but they look good. And his tongue is pink, if you can see that. Yeah, looks good. They really took time to paint this guy really well. So yeah, the paint job on this Godzilla just is completely accurate. And now on to scaling. First, we'll bring out Mechagodzilla. This is the Bandai creation, Mechagodzilla 74. And these two go pretty well. Godzilla's a little big in terms of size, but when it comes to height, it looks pretty good. So yeah, this works out pretty well. Gigan. This works pretty well. Gigan's taller only because of the spike on top of his head. If it wasn't for that, Godzilla would be taller. I would want Gigan to maybe be like that, to where they can look each other in the eye. But yeah, this actually looks pretty well. You could probably do it like that. It'd look pretty cool, yeah. The YMSF Megalon. Yeah, Megalon's, you know, leaning forward, and if he wasn't, he'd probably be about like that. Yeah, which would look good, but since he's hunched over, looks shorter. But yeah, this would work, since, you know, this is technically the only 6-inch Megalon that was made. So yeah, this looks pretty good, yeah. Jet Jaguar. Yeah, Jet Jaguar is taller than Godzilla. I would want Godzilla to maybe be like that, maybe. Yeah, that would look good. But you could make it work. I'm sure you could make this work out pretty well because, yeah, there you go. Looks good. Mechagodzilla 2, you know, the 1975 Mechagodzilla. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Mechagodzilla's just about the same height as Godzilla, even with the thing on top of his head. It might need to be about, I don't know, like that. But no, this looks pretty good. I brought these out. I brought this Mechagodzilla out because technically, you know, this is 73, 74, 75 Godzilla, they were all just about the same. But yeah, this looks pretty good. And finally, we'll scale him up with Titanosaurus. And this actually looks really good. This is accurate. There we go. Titanosaurus was supposed to be taller than Godzilla, and this actually works out pretty darn well. So yeah, you could use that, and that would look really accurate, honestly. So here's the cast of Terror of Mechagodzilla. As you can see, all three of these guys together look really good. And here's the cast of Godzilla vs. Megalon. And as you can see, all four of these guys look pretty good together. So yeah, you can recreate Godzilla vs. Megalon. For whatever the reason may be, I forgot to mention that this guy was part of the 2003 Movie Monster series. This is the only issue, you know, release of this figure, unfortunately, unless you count the fake Godzilla that's in the memorial box, you know, this fool here in disguise. The only thing that they did on that is they took the, you know, the entire figure basically, but just sculpted a new arm which had the shoulder damage, you know, that Mechagodzilla had when he was in disguise, you know, he got from Anguirus. And the other issue technically was the 1975 Godzilla. All I did on that was they took the body of the 1974 Godzilla but sculpted a different head to resemble the 1975 Godzilla. But I love this one, to be honest, more than the 75 Godzilla. This one just kicks butt. He's awesome. He's one of the most epic Godzillas in the entire series, and I love it to death. All in all, the figure is awesome. Good articulation, you know, kind of your basic Godzilla articulation. Detail is incredible. Paint job is accurate and it looks really good. Scaling is pretty good. So definitely pick this up if you can find it. Now when I say if you can find it, it's because this guy's getting really rare. In fact, I would technically classify him as rare. You'd pay probably in the range of maybe sometimes 20 all the way up to maybe almost, you know, what I've seen recently, $80. I was lucky to get mine for a pretty good deal. You know, he came with a tag, so you could probably get him cheaper without the tag. But yeah, this is an incredible figure, definitely a must for Godzilla fans, and if you're a collector of kaiju toys or just a collector of toys in general, I would say yes, get this guy because he rocks. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I did, because this is the very first Godzilla I ever got to see. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review guys, and until next time, I'll see ya.